Why is it so hard? Why? Why it's hard to succeed? Have you ever asked yourself why success is aloof? Like it always hides from you. Let me introduce you to Ben. Ben enjoys singing. He typically sees famous singers wherever he looks. They appear on television, are constantly on tour, and are widely discussed on the internet. Their songs can't be avoided. It's always trending on Spotify and YouTube. Famous and talented singers may be found anywhere. There are tons of them, and they all appear to be doing well. Thus, Ben resolves to become a singer after being inspired by the success tales of others. But will he be able to succeed? The likelihood of it happening is a fraction more than zero. He, like so many others, will most certainly end up in a graveyard of failed singers. Sadly, there are thousands of unsuccessful singers for every successful one, and the majority of them never have the chance to perform. But how can there be thousands of failures when he witnesses all of the success that singers reached? Because the media makes success more obvious than failure. The graveyard is concealed from view. This means that we routinely overestimate our odds of success since failures are overlooked. This is known as the survivorship bias, and Ben, like many others, has fallen victim to it inadvertently. The survivorship bias is a logical fallacy that focuses on those who made it or survived while ignoring those who did not. How does this work? Ben decided to perform some research after learning about this bias. What he found out astounded him. One of the examples he discovered is in the literary world. For every successful and popular author, there are 100 more writers who publish their novels but never sells them. Behind each of those are another 100 people who authored a book but haven't yet found a publisher. Finally, behind each of them are another 100 incomplete novels that are piled in drawers. So, if you do the arithmetic, for every successful writer, there are 1 million unsuccessful ones. We didn't even include all of the folks who aspire to write a book. However, we only hear about successful writers and fail to grasp how unusual literary achievement is. The same goes for other professions: dancers, actors, investors, and etc. The media isn't interested in rummaging through the graveyards of the unsuccessful. Failure stories are boring unless the failure is of a successful person. A frequent myth circulates the internet. If you want to be successful, you should focus on the successful. While this is somewhat true, the survivorship bias is frequently overlooked in this context. You've undoubtedly read similar articles before. For example, the following advice that helped him change his life completely, or 10 things successful individuals do every day. This is done for one simple reason: if it helped them succeed, it should help you as well. But it's not always the case. When you consider the survivorship bias, you'll see that we're just concentrating on the ones who survived. We're forgetting about all the men and women who have tried the 10 things that successful people do every day, but have failed. While their advice may be beneficial to some, it should be highlighted that it will not be beneficial to all. We don't even consider the possibility that there are other factors at work here, such as pure luck, such as being at the right place at the right moment, knowing the right people, or having adequate resources. These are only a few of the elements that are frequently overlooked. Consider the careers of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Both were dropout students, but hit big time. Because they both made it without a college education, it is frequently argued that instead of finishing college, one should pursue goals. This advice makes logical sense. If they've done it, what's to stop you from doing the same if you follow in their footsteps, right? But the problem with this approach is that, once again, you are disregarding the hundreds of other students who had a great business concept, dropped out of college, and then failed with their firm. Where is their success now? This is why you should take the advice of successful individuals with a grain of salt. There are thousands of others that do the same things they do, but it doesn't always work out. It's simply that you don't hear the sides of those people. But just because you don't see those who failed doesn't mean they don't exist. So, the next time you're reviewing data, consider what type of information you don't have. Sometimes, the entire picture is concealed. If you just listen to an investor telling you, go and take high-risk, high-reward investments, you will ignore all the losers' advice, urging you to be more cautious in choosing where to put your money. Don't get me wrong, I'm not suggesting you shouldn't listen to successful people's advice. Just keep the survivorship bias in mind at all times. This allows you to make far more sensible and logical decisions. Also, before you steer away from your passions and dreams, let me just tell you what happened to Ben. After being aware of his slight chance of being a successful singer, he became more determined to seize his passion. He's not a prominent singer, yet. But with his perseverance, combined with persistence, he'll surely sell tickets for his first concert. Despite knowing how improbable he is to achieve, he continues to pursue his interest in music. He's now learning from both successful and unsuccessful vocalists, while keeping the survivorship bias in mind. Success isn't everything, and it shouldn't be the ultimate aim. However, if you discover something you enjoy doing and persist with it, while always improving, you will eventually achieve the success you want. After all, the mind is a strong force that can make the impossible possible. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more videos that will make you chase after your big dreams. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video.